What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Wet Podcast. We're back with another episode. We're talking about Travis Scott today.
Yo!
First off, as always, Eric has the news.
News today, Spotify Wrapped. Comment down below who your number one artist was and what your number one song was.
Yes, sir. We love seeing Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah.
It's always a super fun thing.
It's true.
But yeah, let's get into Travis Scott. We're going to be giving our top 3 songs off each of his albums and giving them a score out of 10. So should be a fun episode.
Yeah.
Also got some crisp Diet Coke.
Oh, yeah, dude. The Diet Coke low-key
And then the intro.
while we're making our podcast. All right. Am I
Starts off,
first?
yep.
Okay. So we're starting with
Utopia.
top 3 songs off Utopia?
Yeah, top 3 off
Okay.
Utopia.
I'll do my number 3, then you do your 3. Or should
Okay.
we just
Yeah,
all?
yeah. Let's-
Yeah, we'll do that as last time. So, all right. My number 3, it was... I had a couple. So, I love Utopia. That, like, there are some songs that just make me, like... so hyped and like made me feel the exact same way that I can't really split them up, so I kind of put them as a tie.
Okay,
I hope
so
that's
you got
okay.
like a few tied for
I got a
third.
few tied for third.
Okay.
Okay, so on third place, what I have tied, I have Hyena,
Okay.
Sirens, or no, sorry, I don't. All right, F.
Hyena,
My bad.
what?
I have Hyena, Schizo, and Modern Gem.
Okay.
Those are all tied
I like
for
that.
third
I love
place.
to see Schizo and Modern Jam.
Hyena, I think, was honestly one of my personal favorite intros to an album, like, of all time. I love that intro.
It's a great intro.
Immediately hits you in the face with the heavy instrumentals, like the big drums. Then the Travis vocals are great.
There's one thing though that
What?
makes me not like the song as much.
What?
When at the end it's like Mother Earth is pregnant for the
Yeah,
third
that one's a
time. I
little
was
bit
like,
weird.
What the?
I don't get what Travis is doing there.
I'm gonna
But
be honest.
Then,
That's a great song.
When I listened to the album, I was not a Utopia lover at first.
Guys,
I'm sure a lot of people
I was a
were.
day one Utopia defender. I will stand by that till I die.
I didn't love it at first, but I was like, "What the heck is this, Travis?" You know. But after re-listening to it for a little bit, I was like, "Wow, this is pretty good." Because he took something that like he doesn't usually do, and he made it work.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he's
he-
never made
I liked
anything
it.
Awesome.
like Hyena or Modern Jam.
Then I got Modern Jam. The only reason it's not higher is because the only issue I have with it, I feel like it gets a tiny bit repetitive because it's just
Yeah, that 808 back.
yeah, it's just that, and I'm like,
I
okay,
like
this is
addicted
hype.
to it. I love
Tizo's
it.
verse is one of my favorite in the album. Like, I love his vocal
Yeah.
performance so much in it, dude.
His
Tizo
vocals
is
are
so good,
amazing.
and I hate the Tizo touchdown hate. It makes me so mad when
Okay,
people dog on
I-
him because
yeah.
I love his new
I like
album.
him, but I don't
love
like the
Tizo.
nails in his hair.
I think
They're
it's
weird.
goofy. That adds to him. That adds to his character,
Yeah,
like his
fair
weirdness.
enough.
And then, did I say Schizo?
Yeah, he said Schizo.
That's self-explanatory.
Beat
Any
switches.
Travis Scott song with Young Thug in it is automatically
Yeah, facts.
so good. And 4 beat switches in it.
Yeah,
It is so good.
Yeah, I'm with you on
Thug's
that.
verse is amazing.
And every one of Travis's verses like
Yeah.
amazing.
I just think it's so good. All
It's
right.
definitely warranted.
Give me your
Okay,
top 3.
Utopia
Let's
for
see.
me. My number 3 is I Know, and I really just like the spooky beat, the piano that comes in at the start. Like it's awesome. That was the only song that I really was like, okay, this song is amazing to me. Like off first listen of the album, I was like, okay, I Know is one that's like will definitely stick with me. I mean, I love the album now, but just like Eric, I didn't love it at first. But yeah, I Know is my third. I think Travis's performance is amazing, and like live in concert, that song was unbelievable.
That song was sick.
So that definitely pushed it up for me.
When he turned out all the music and just started singing that song, that was so
when
sick.
he sings into the mic with his auto
He
it's
was
incredible.
so good at the concert. His concert was phenomenal.
Eric, your number 3?
Let's hear that number 3.
My number 3 is gonna be Modern Jam.
Okay.
Okay,
I
love to see
I love
it.
to see it.
When
love
I
to see
listen
it.
to that song, it just makes you want to bounce.
Dude, it does. It's a
Like,
bouncing song.
It's one of those songs that like you're home alone, you're cooking, throw both AirPods in, you're just going crazy, dude.
Dude, I
Baby,
like
please.
rattle the speakers in my truck every time that
It's
song comes on.
amazing.
You turn
I
up
It's
all
love
so
the way.
good.
From that song.
It's so good.
So
I love
good.
it. All right, number 2.
Number 2.
So this is a bit of a hot take, but it's my opinion. My number 2, I'm gonna say "Love" with Kid Cudi. Okay, before you say
It's
anything,
good, but it's
let
not
me
number 2.
let me speak. Let me say my piece. All right. That I love the production of that song. It is so good. How it's heavy. It's like burn, burn, burn,
Yeah.
burn, burn, and then Travis comes in and raps so fast. His rapping is fast on that. But the thing that's like mesmerizing about that, his voice is low while he does it, so it sounds perfectly smooth. But then you look at the lyrics and they're zooming by. Like he's going fast when he raps.
That's true. It
And-
does sync with the beat.
And I have my favorite memory from Utopia.
Get ready
is
for
when I
the
was laying in my room
Kid Cudi
listening
glazing.
to that.
And
I heard the beat stop. It was like, "Wow," and then Kid Cudi's voice came in.
Finish it.
I did
my
not see bro. 30 seconds on that song, something like that, absolutely slaughtered it. One of my favorite verses of all time on that album.
Yeah, the
You
Cudi
can rip on
feature's
it
good.
all you
No,
want.
the-
It
I,
is so
I actually
good.
enjoy the Cudi feature.
I
My
love
problem
that
with
song.
that take is you love the production, but honestly, the whole album is insanely produced, and it's great production, but the whole album just has such good production that there's better songs that I would put.
I feel like it's just the beat for me.
I feel like for
because that
me,
beat is like industrial.
It's lower tier Utopia. It's a good song, but just for like what he did
Utopia,
based
it's
on
also
Utopia,
it's also
Yeah.
for me.
it's just lower tier
it's
Utopia.
it's the Yeezus vibe. That song gives me low key Yeezus vibes.
Yeah.
And
He's
I
a
love
Yeezus glazer, if you didn't know that
yes,
already.
I am a big Yeezus glazer. All right, Will.
My number
So your number
two.
2.
Okay, my number 2 is My Eyes. That might be like a basic take. But I
No,
don't care.
that's great.
Because the production, and then when he raps, it reminded me of like almost a mini version of 90210. How it like starts off like slow and like emotional, and then he just drops like an amazing verse. Like it was just so good. And when I heard the verse for the first time, he was like, "Look at my eyes." I was just like, "Wow!" Like Travis is really getting into his rap.
I have a hot take on that one. I love that song, but dude, white girls just ruined that song
Okay,
for me.
but all
You
right.
can't just let like TikTok ruin you.
Yeah, right. TikTok
honestly,
is ruining
sometimes you gotta
too many
suck it up.
songs.
And people might be like, "That's a basic opinion." It's a basic opinion for a reason because it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in my eyes, I remember once again sitting in my room and I was like, "This song is low key cheeks" at the first part because it was so boring.
Me?
And then I heard the beat change and I was like, "Whoa, what the
Like,
freak?"
whoa.
And then I heard the. Oh my
Travis
god!
For me, I like.
He goes so.
I
good in
I
that
like
verse,
My
dude.
Eyes. Like I liked it.
It's
at first.
so good.
Like I liked it at first. Like
It was
I was like,
peaceful.
I wasn't one of the kids that was like, it's
It's
like
also
too slow. I was
Sampha.
like, I like this. It's a
Yeah,
good trap
Sampha's
song.
vocals.
My
also carries
only
the first part.
beef. I really wish Sampha was in it longer. He
Yeah.
says 4 bars
Oh,
and
dude.
then never comes
I
back.
wish he was more on
He's
the
out.
start, like maybe singing some of the
Yeah,
spots.
that would be
Travis
sick.
did. Would have been dope. But yeah, it's definitely warranted top 2. For
It's
me.
great, it's
Eric,
great.
Take us into yours.
My number 2. Till further notice.
Dude,
Further
give me
notice?
some.
That's
Give me
lit,
some.
yeah.
I love that
I like to
song
see it up there.
so
Give me
much.
That
that song is
it's
so
just,
good.
it's so good. You got the 21 feature.
Yeah,
and
Eric with
Travis
his feature
goes
21.
off. It's just, dude, when 21 comes
James
in, it's
Blake,
crazy.
dude.
And then,
Yeah, James
James
Blake at the
Blake,
start
his
is
vocals
so
in the
good.
beginning is crazy. And it's just, as when Travis comes in, freaking, you know the love was X-rated. That
That's how
part
it
goes
made it.
so
Dude, it's
crazy.
so
That is
good.
one
It's
of
an
my
amazing outro. Too.
yeah, for
Yeah, that
sure.
outro is perfect.
No,
Yeah, it's one of his best outros.
It's not, but I made a bad saying the other day. I said it's the best outro I've ever heard.
It is-
And
no,
I
it's-
forgot about every outro ever
Yeah,
made.
like he forgot about Saint Pablo.
Yeah.
He forgot about
Dude, that's
a
my
bunch.
third-
Are we
that's-
still friends on Eagle?
Yeah.
He forgot about so many.
That's my third favorite Kanye song is Saint Pablo.
Saint Pablo is so good.
Definitely forgot about that.
No
one.
Kanye Clays in this episode. All right.
Here we go. Your number 1, dude.
My number 1 is obviously Lost Forever. All right, hear me out before you say
West Side Gun, yeah.
before you
Love
say
it.
anything,
West
OG
Side
is
Gun.
better. OG is better. I disagree.
The OG is
because
so much
Eric,
better. It's
stop
crazy.
whispering into the mic. I can hear it. All right, that song. Okay, I know it was leaked, so it might not have been as special for people as it was for me, but I was just diving into the waters of West Side Gun a little bit before Utopia came out. So I was like, just kind of being like, oh, dude, West Side Gun is so sick. When I saw the feature list and I saw that West Side Gun was on Lost Forever, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Okay, then that song came on. Starts off with my favorite production on any song on the album. It's like taking you to this place with like the slow,
It's
smooth,
psychedelic. The
Yeah,
psychedelic production
and the
on that.
chimes, like
I
how
think-
it's like.
Yeah, the chimes are.
I
was
think that
so
might be his
mesmerizing.
best psychedelic production
And
ever.
I agree. And also,
yeah, I will.
no, there's a couple songs that are on par. No,
Dude.
fetch that.
Lost.
Okay,
That's
hear me
true.
out. Oh, no.
And then just the.
It is good. It
Okay,
is good.
but also
I feel
that song
wonderful. It's so
and what was I gonna say? Eric made me lose my train of thought.
good. Sorry, that's my bad.
Come on, Eric. Okay, and also what I noticed about Utopia is that I love the album as a whole as well because I feel of it low key as kind of like a descent into like craziness.
That's so true.
You start off with Hyena, immediately a punch in the face.
Yeah, and it's
but
super,
then you
like,
go
contained.
yeah, and it's like Yeah, it feels like.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But then as the album goes on, you get to songs like "Thank God," we're completely different vibe.
Oh,
and then you have like
I love that
the
song.
you
beat
have
on Del Resto.
yeah
just
Del
feels
Resto.
unhinged.
I hate the hate behind Del Resto because that song is actually gas.
I
That
hate
Travis
that.
verse is so good.
I like the beat, but
Okay.
No, dude.
And then
Beyonce
you also have
ruins
songs
it.
like
Beyonce
Parasail.
ruins it. Beyonce
Like
ruins
Parasail with Young Lean.
Okay,
That song
Parasail.
feels so
Parasail.
out of place.
It's
It
so
is
good.
so good.
I remember, so Utopia dropped the day I went to Lake Powell, and listening to Parasail while we were just boating, like it was like a 2-hour like ride to like.
It's a good one.
Where like on the houseboat, just going to like where we're gonna be staying the week. It was crazy, just sitting on the top, just Parasail.
Yeah, that song is sick. I wish Young Lean was in it longer
Yeah,
though.
I feel like all the
It's like a
features do
couple
their
bars.
thing though. Like,
Yeah,
low-key all
there
have
isn't
their-
a
He did his
bad
thing with
feature
the
in this
feet.
album, I don't think. Other than
Okay.
Beyonce. I like Beyonce in
Yeah.
that song personally. Okay, let me finish my talk
Sir.
about Fetch and Lost Forever. Holy crap. Okay, so as you go in the album, it gets like, I feel like it gets more and more like deranged and like dystopian. Because you hear songs like Schizo that come in. You got Love. And then Lost Forever comes in with a beautiful start. And then the second the beat changes. And then Westside comes in with
Hey,
his
yo.
voice. He's like, hey, yo, we the cocaine too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
The original is equally as good
I think it's
as
top
the
five.
bad. And I don't like it when people are like, the original's better. I don't think it is. It's just, in the sense of the album, I feel like Lost Forever is just
You
a
backed it up.
masterpiece.
I thought
It's
it was
good.
so much better.
I was trying to hold that back from you guys because that's been a reason that I think is so valid though.
Yeah,
Like in the album
it's in
sense,
my
I feel
top
like it's
five.
perfect.
I just don't think it's in my top 3 for me, just because
That's
I don't
fair.
love West Side Gun as much as you.
Yeah.
But like, I
It's a little bit of glazing on my part.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, my number 1. I have 2 tied for number 1, just because I couldn't decide which one like I liked more. So I have Parasail and Modern Jam tied for.
Oh
number
my
one.
gosh, give me some, bro. Parasail is the number one. Is so. Landon,
take-
Shut up, bro.
I love Parasail.
Parasail
dude.
is so
Parasail.
good.
Okay, I'm laying in my bed listening to Utopia. I'm like, Travis better deliver. And I just hear, on the Parasail. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh wow, I'm literally floating. I'm
Success
literally floating.
comes up, bro.
Floating.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And then
I feel like as a
Modern
number
Jam,
one
dude,
though,
it does.
I
something
respect
to me. It
that.
does
I feel
something
like
to
that's
me.
a lot of
It puts
confidence.
me in like. a
That song
headspace,
paints
I'm
an
like,
atmosphere
wow.
like if legit feels like you're walking on the clouds.
Yeah, it literally
Like,
feels like you're walking
yeah.
on the clouds on a parasail. It's like
it's so
it's
good.
insane. And then Modern Jam, I love the beat for some reason.
It's a
I'm like
perfect
addicted
banger.
to it. Like I have to listen to it every day. It's like, where's Modern Jam?
It's a perfect.
where's
banger.
Modern Jam?
He needs his.
and Tizo
needs his
touchdown
fixation.
vocals. He does his thing, dude, and he rips that beat. He
Yeah.
sings on that.
Tizo
fast beat.
delivers.
It's just like, yeah, I love it.
So good.
Yeah.
He's so good. Like hearing him off "Run It Up"
Okay.
and then hearing
Yeah.
him on a song like that, I was like, "What the?"
Him
fetch?
on the ride,
yeah.
too?
Yeah. It was so
Number
sick.
one?
Yeah.
Number
Let's
one's
hear
gotta
it.
go Sirens.
What? That's a wild.
With a John Mayer guitar
I
outro.
respect
Sirens
it.
Sirens is
so
so
good.
good. From it's like, you know how there's like the little intermission like in the middle where it's like, got your opinion. Oh.
Yeah.
And then it ends
Yeah.
off with the yay
And
screaming.
the
It's
weird
like,
sample.
That's-
From 2
What
a.m.
is
to
it?
2 in
Is
the
that the one where he
afternoon.
spams the one noise?
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
That one is
I don't
goofy, but
love
I
that
love
part.
it. I love
But
it.
and then
It's
who
so
knew
sick.
John Mayer could rip on a Travis Scott album?
Him as a guitar in the outro, I was looking at the credits and I saw that and I was like, what the heck?
But dude,
it's
that's
so
just
good.
From 2 a.m. up till 2 in the afternoon.
afternoon.
That
It's a festival
that,
around my room.
that part in the song goes crazy.
It does.
You
It
just want
does.
to bounce
That's-
and go crazy
That's
when that.
energy, that's for sure.
Yeah, that song gets
it
you
just
hyped
brings
up,
the
dude.
energy.
That's
All
an
right,
underrated song.
Astroworld.
All right,
Let's
we're
do
gonna-
it. Trip,
Oh wait,
Astroworld.
no, we have to give Utopia a
Oh,
rating
yeah.
out of
What do
10.
you give it?
Oh.
I'll do the
Me-
average in post.
I'm gonna say there's probably gonna be a little bit of glazing in this rating. Okay, I'm gonna give
Just
it
make it
an
under a minute,
8.5 to a 9.
Okay.
Here are my reasons.
Out of
I don't.
9?
No, sorry. What the heck? 8.5 to 9 out of 10. Where all of these are going to be rated out of 10, but I can't decide between 8.5
Out of
or
9.
9.
We're
Somewhere in
starting
between the
on-
two. My reasoning is, personally, I am not a fan of K-pop. I think it's out of place in the album, and I can't
Bro,
understand half
I
of
am
it.
I am a K-pop defender. I will defend K-pop
Okay.
till I die.
I just feel like it's out of place.
You
in
got to
the
be a
album.
Bad Bunny fan to like K-pop.
You can.
and I like Bad
no,
Bunny.
You can like K-pop.
Yo,
That's okay.
I don't like
but
the Weeknd
in the album.
The Weeknd sounds like
Yeah,
it
the
was a
Weeknd's
forced
verse in that album,
Oh.
I don't like it.
Actually,
it
now
like
that I think about
grosses
it,
me out.
I skip the song whenever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
dude,
grosses
bad,
me out.
dude.
Music.
I hate him.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
How is he number
Don't
one?
say you don't hate. Don't say you hate The Weeknd.
I
The
don't
Weeknd
like
has
him.
brought vocals to some of the best songs ever.
I don't like The Weeknd.
Just
Weeknd
wait till
makes
one.
Skeletons one
There's
of
just
his.
hey. Oh, I was gonna save the glaze for later, but
Okay, but
we're gonna be
what-
talking
we
about
just
Skeletons
talked
for a
to each
fat
other.
minute.
I get that.
But it's just because that and
It was.
I'm
good
gonna say
sex.
I defend Del Resto to an extent. I feel like that song is a little bit out of place in the album.
Yeah,
The only reason I defend that song is for the
Awful.
Travis verse because I love the
I
Travis.
think it could have been
verse.
a good single just like because Beyonce's on it and that's like a legendary collab, Travis and Beyonce. But I definitely think it was out of place on the album.
And also, I'm not a fan of Drake, so Meltdown I thought was really overrated. So that also.
I
takes
love
into-
the-
you kind of
let's- let's skip past that opinion.
Another sicko mode.
They did, and they got it. They got it, but
Mel, no, with
it's just
the TIE Fighter noises, dude.
that kind of ruined it. And the Willy
that-
Wonka
it's just
Factory
funny
bar.
to
I was like,
see.
what the fuck?
It's just funny
Like,
to me.
got
The
the
TIE
Willy
Fighter,
Wonka
it's like,
Factory.
Bow, bow, bow. It's
Yeah,
funny.
but I love that album so
Get
much.
8.5 to 9.
8.5 to 9.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
Trip.
leaning more towards 9.
All right,
My
Trip,
score-
way to keep it under a minute.
Yeah. I
I'm
was trying to
also
speedrun that.
I'm giving it an 8 because of K-pop and I did not enjoy 21 Savage on Topia Twins. That's probably a hot take, but I hear 21 Savage on Topia Twins and I'm like, what is this dude? Like his verse is just weird to me. And usually I love
what?
I hate Topia Twins. I forgot to say
Whoa,
that.
whoa,
Rob
whoa,
Rob
whoa,
49's
whoa,
verse is
whoa.
so bad.
Reason, it's
Whoa.
an 8 out of 10 because of
Hey, you're just a 21.
it has
blazer.
those
Twin
two
women.
those two skips, K-pop and I skipped Topia Twins.
Give me some for that, dude. I
Once
forgot to
listen
say
21's
that.
verse.
Because Rob 49's verse is also horrendous. He does not
Yeah.
belong in the Travis Scott
I mean, he
album.
did his thing, and he's like an
It's so
up-and-coming
hot on
artist,
my
but,
top.
like,
I
it's-
don't like it.
Bro, no, his verse goes hard. What? You don't like Topia?
I
Twins?
like Travis's verse in Topia
All right,
Twins.
all right. I'm gonna go.
Like,
Okay.
it's a hype song. But
Before I
it's
hear any more tomfoolery, I'm gonna rate it.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 9.3. 9.3.
9.3.
Kind of specific, but
9.3.
I respect
Okay,
it.
It's
why,
just-
why not
That's
10?
a lot
Why
higher
not
than
10?
I thought. Yeah,
The
why not?
Lestro just
Del Resto.
ruins
Stop
it.
with the Del Resto
Every
hate,
song
dude.
is good, but the Lestro just ruins it.
Travis
bro.
sings on
It's
it. He's like, this stuff, bro. It is mesmerizing. You don't get Travis vocals on a song like
It's
Del
like,
Resto.
like you
that
said,
song is-
Topia Twins. The features ruin the song too much.
Yes.
Beyonce ruins that song way too much.
Okay,
for
that's
me to
fair.
enjoy
That's
it.
fair. You could say that if I ripped on Topia Twins. All right, is that it? Do we
yeah,
got
that's it. Let's
Utopia?
jump into Astro.
Astro
Okay.
World.
Astro World, baby. All right, this album, it is so hard for me to rate, dude, because I like every single song in it.
Top three.
I used to not like.
Back
I
three.
used to not like Yosemite, but yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah.
giving my top three. Don't worry. I used to not like Yosemite, but I listened to it the other day, bro.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love it.
thank
It's
you,
so
thank you.
good.
Thank
It's
you. You
beautiful.
were hating on that.
I was
for
hating on
so
it.
I
but
long.
really like
I
the
like it a
production.
lot. It's
I really
super
like
good.
the production.
Okay, so my number 3. Also, this is another thing I'm going to address. I put Skeletons as above 1, 2, and 3 because that is the most perfect song created by a
I think
human
we're gonna
being.
do an episode where we just break down.
We're just gonna blaze that song for an episode.
I could
so
talk about that for a
is
half hour,
my
dude.
all-time favorite Travis Scott song, and it's in my favorite songs ever. But I'm not rating it because it's that good.
Yeah. So his.
So-
what he's saying is Skeletons is above. His top
It's
three.
above
not
my
up
top
here.
3.
It's that
not
good.
in my top 3.
It's that good.
So I'm going to say I have 2 tied for
Okay,
my third
number
place.
3.
I have NC-17 and Houston Fornication.
dude, both
So
songs.
NC-17
You,
because Feature 21 is so good on that, and I just love the beat.
Three-
It's just
Yeah,
simple,
that's
but
one of
so
21's
good.
Three
best
main
features, I'm gonna be
women.
real.
Thinking they my
Think-
main chick.
Woman.
21.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
respect
it's
women
so
on this
good.
podcast.
It's a great song. And
we
then
make t-shirts that say we respect
Houston
women.
Fornication. I remember doing yard work, and that song came on. I was like, "What the fetch, dude? That song hits. That
You,
song is an
uh,
absolute banger.
Trip, you got me on Houston Fornication.
It is so.
One day
good.
we were in the hot tub and he's just singing
I was like,
the song.
bro.
And I'm like,
that
what's that
song
song? He goes,
hits,
bro,
Will.
Houston
It is
Fornication.
so good.
Listen to it
I
when you get
like
home.
it, but
I was
it's
bumping that on
it's
the
more
way
like-
home. Now.
And then
in the middle top.
starts off slow, and then like a slight beat change, and he starts like rapping louder. I
Oh.
just love that song. It's so good. The progression, beautiful.
That's how
And
you know it's gonna be a good song. Is as soon as you hear him go.
a reassuring thing. Yeah. And a reoccurring thing on Astroworld is production is always good. I feel like I don't need
Yeah.
to mention that because there isn't a miss on
Amazing.
It was ahead of
Song.
its time. An
Honestly,
album ahead of its
so
time.
good.
Travis-
I love it.
Travis is like, I think what he's best at is production. But anyway, my number 3 is Coffee Bean.
Oh my gosh!
Thank you.
Give me some, bro.
Thanks, bro.
It's so good.
Coffee Bean gets slept on.
Coffee
I
Bean is
love
so
Coffee
Coffee Bean
good.
is so
Holy
good.
crap.
Honestly, it speaks for itself. I just think it's amazing. Just the production, low key carries it for
Yeah,
me.
it gives
And-
me I know vibes.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
Yeah.
It's like the
no,
simple
totally.
beat.
It's
and
like a simple
yeah.
beat, and it's kind of like spooky almost.
Yeah,
It's a
love
great.
that
I like.
song.
It's a good closer to that
Yeah.
album.
I
It's just
love
like
it.
it's bringing you down. It's melling you out. Like
Yeah,
I
I think
like
it's
it.
such a
It's
good
a
outro.
great album.
Such a good outro.
It's so good.
so
Okay,
good.
Eric, you're number 3.
Stargazing. Just that.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
the first
I
little
like
bit,
that, I
it's
like
still
that.
good. It's just a bit boring. But dude, when that beat switches,
That was so unexpected
it's
too.
so
I
unexpected
was like,
and
what
it
the
just
freak?
goes crazy. And watching him perform that song live is wild.
All right, sorry, we had some technical difficulties. Trip is taking us into his number 2
Yeah.
with Astroworld.
All right, number 2. Did I say Astro Thunder?
Yeah.
That's what it was. That song's production is just like none other. No song takes me
Well, it
places
speaks for
like that,
itself.
dude. Yeah, like I don't really think I need to talk about
psychedelic.
that song.
Feels like that.
All right, well, what's your number 2?
My number 2, No Bystanders, because
Ah.
it gets me hyped as frick. And
Great take.
I don't love listening to Juice WRLD all the time, but like I love Juice WRLD in that just because the way
It's
he
so
gets everybody
good.
hyped and like the ad-libs where he's just like
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Frick the club.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
have
love
you
that.
guys,
It's
have
so
you guys
good.
seen the video of like the old guy just sleeping and they pan to the other room and the floor just caves in to them going crazy?
Yeah,
to
that's
that
what
song.
that's the vibes.
That song makes me go crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, Eric, hit us with that number
Hit us
2.
with your number 2, Eric.
I gotta go Coffee Bean.
Hey,
Coffee
It's so
Bean.
good, dude.
Like
It's
coffee.
so
Coffee
good.
Bean is so good. It's just this is how.
This is how. And it's
How would
just
you
a-
feel if
That's
I
the
had you?
that's the outro, right?
Trust me,
yeah,
we
it's the
mad
last
cool.
song
Just
in the album.
how chill he makes that song
I think it's
while
a better
it's
outro
good
than
and
Till Further
entertaining.
Notice.
I agree. He opened Utopia with Stargazing and then exited with Coffee Bean. Those are like
Oh,
two
actually?
perfect. Yeah, that is insane.
sick.
Because they're two perfect
Oh,
songs.
you mean he opened Astroworld?
Yeah, open Astro with Stargazing,
And then ended with-
which is perfect.
All right.
And then Coffee Bean was like a psychedelic thing. It's
Astroworld
perfect.
sequencing is
It's
pretty
so
good.
good. It's so well.
All right, Trip.
All right.
Number 1, baby.
My number 1, it's a 2-way tie.
Ah.
All right. We got Coffee Bean
Okay.
Okay.
and R.I.P. Screw.
Give me some.
Okay.
I want you to
Rest
hear.
in peace, of Screwton.
Okay, I need y'all to hear me out. That might be unpopular for some people, but I feel like it's
Thanks,
very
Landon.
valid. And once again, I don't really think I need to speak for it. You guys have already done the
Yeah.
grace
Stevie
of
Wonder's
Coffee Bean.
harmonica carries.
That's on Stop Trying to Be God.
Oh.
Is it an
It's
R&B
like
script?
me.
It's not Stop Trying to Be God. What am I saying?
Yeah, I don't know. That song was an honorable mention to my top. I love that
Stop
song.
I
Trying to Be
love
God.
Stop Trying to Be God.
But Coffee Bean, they already did its grace. I think it's a perfect song. No
Yeah,
no
Coffee
flaws.
Bean is perfect.
Then we got R.I.P. Screw. Okay. I slept on this song for a fat minute.
It
But
didn't stop, you're good.
I pushed shuffle on Astroworld one time. And this song came on, dude. Like immediately floated. I just started lifting off the ground. Like out of nowhere. I was like, what's going on? And
like,
I heard
dang,
that
I didn't know I
song and
could
it's like,
fly.
rest in peace of Screw, tonight we take it slowly. And then the
That
echoes
flow,
in the
the
back.
whole
is,
R.I.P..
I just can't feel the love. Bro,
It is so good.
It's perfect.
It's an underrated. I think it's
All right,
top 5.
number 1.
Wait, we skipped Will.
Oh, my number 1.
I'm saying Will's
Oh,
number one.
yeah, my
okay.
number 1. It's Warranted. I don't have a tier.
Sicko
above,
mode.
like, Sicko mode. No, I'm just kidding. It's Skeletons.
Give me some.
Just because
Do I wait?
It's
it
a
literally
perfect
makes
song.
me feel like I'm
It's a
floating and
perfect
like I'm
song.
in slow motion. Like the song speaks for itself on why it's so good. Hear me out. And thank you for freaking Mike Dean. Mike Dean's production literally just.
Also, The Weeknd on that song.
Yeah, The Weeknd.
Like,
He
beautiful
carries-
harmonizing. So good. Like, in the back, just...
And Travis's psychedelic singing, it just puts me on another planet. Like it literally, like I start listening to it in my headphones, and I'm like, oh, I'm literally levitating. This is crazy.
I'm like,
Wow.
Shout out to Tame Impala as well.
Oh
Holy
yeah, yeah.
crap.
Tame Impala.
They're on that song?
crazy.
His
Yeah,
guitar.
he produced it.
Whoa, I did not know
It's
that.
so sick.
All right.
We had and Pharrell too.
Yeah.
that song is. That's
That's
why
why
it's a
it-
tier above everything
Weeknd
All
else.
right.
Travis Pharrell.
Wait, I just gotta
Perfect.
say something.
Ye's
If
also
anyone
on
is getting mad at us for not having sicko mode in their top 3,
you're weird.
you have
my-
not
eat my
listened to
poo-poo.
Asher. You haven't listened to it.
You don't understand what real music is, or you're a white girl. One of those two. Okay, let's hear your number.
My
let's hear
number
your
one? Dude, Skeletons. You can't
give me
not
some.
put it at
I'm
number
the
one.
only.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
just
like
I feel
It's just
so
like-
weird that
we
I
all
put it in a
pretty much
tier
have
above
skeletons.
it. We all have skeletons as a number.
Skeletons, it's just.
I just don't consider it a number
just
one
ba-
because
they pretty much
it doesn't
said
even
everything.
I
compete
could have
with
put it
any
above.
songs,
I just
so.
didn't like think of that.
It doesn't
So
even
it's like-
compete with any other songs.
Yeah, it's-
Plus, there are too many good songs
All right.
on Astroworld.
Now,
Facts. Astroworld's stacked.
this album,
Out of
these
10.
two
Wait.
slept on for a healthy.
did
Oh,
not
wait,
sleep on it.
sorry. No, I thought we were going to the next album.
No,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we are.
well, no,
we
have
gotta
to do
we
out
gotta
of 10.
rank. We gotta
that's
rank.
right.
Okay.
No, we don't need honorable mentions
All right,
because
Trip,
every
go.
song is one. Out of 10, I'm gonna give this one a 9.5 to a 10
Okay.
because atmosphere building. I love the features on it are great. Just the songs are fun to listen to.
I agree. I like
Good.
that because you put it a little bit above Utopia, and I think after having Utopia for a few months, I
Yeah.
think it is a better album
It-
than Utopia.
Yeah, I've like adjusted to it. I had a little bit of recency bias for a little bit, but like going back, dude, you can't replace Utopia. It's never gonna be like rivaled.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
What
All right,
about
my score, 8.5. I think it's.
you?
I
Okay.
give it half a point above. Yeah, I don't. Just because I feel like it could have been a little bit more concise. I know that's kind of wild to say, but like some of the songs could have been more concise. But other than that, like it's an amazing album. It's so close to being perfect.
Great album.
But yeah,
I
8
think it's,
point.
I think it's a
you
perfect
think
album.
10 out of 10?
I think it is a perfect album. There's not one skip on there for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
No,
valid.
there's not one skip
There
for
is
me.
no skips.
I'll get that.
There's no skips.
That's
if a
fine.
song
I
has
could go
if
higher.
a song
I
has
just
no
dive
skips for
deep.
me, it's a 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna go into depth of like
Yeah.
this
like
this song
analyzing
isn't
the
as good as
songs.
the next
Yeah.
one. It's
Yeah.
just I do
It's
not
10.
skip a song on that
That's
album, so
valid.
I can
I like
give
that.
that a 10 out of 10.
That's a
All
good
right.
take.
That's fair enough.
This album, Trip slept on.
Dude, I
he did not
legit-
listen to it until a week ago.
Until like last
Sing
week.
McKnight.
All right.
Birds in the Trap.
Birds
Sing
in
by
the
McKnight.
Trap. I am so pissed off that I slept on this album because it
Yeah,
is so
dude.
good. I love this album.
Okay, hear me out.
Travis
Mike
Scott doesn't
Travis is
disappoint.
Worst, but it's still
The first
amazing.
time
It
I
is
listened to
still
it was
so good.
literally
All right.
yesterday.
So we're gonna start. I'm gonna put
Number
number
three.
three. This is gonna kind of. I'm gonna say the ends with Andre 3000.
3 Stacks,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm like pretty sure that's that
Did you
song.
get 3 Stacks and Travis?
I'm a
in
little
the same
bit new to
song?
that.
Like,
It's just-
what?
Dude, like, also like after hearing Andre on Life of the Party, I have a newfound respect for him as a feature artist too, dude. Like he's so good. And then that song is just amazing. Great atmosphere. Yeah.
The end.
perfect.
Yeah, perfect intro. Also,
So
I think
good.
honestly
I love
it's
it.
Travis's best intro.
No. But
that's a
hyena beats it. That's a wild
Also,
thing.
pornography also beats it.
Yeah, and Stargazing. Yeah, all right. It's his worst intro, but it's still so good.
Okay, yeah, my number 3. Sorry, I have to check. I'm gonna be called so basic for this. It's SDP interlude.
That's fire, though. I like that.
and low key the
Hey,
extended
Yeah.
version's
That's what
amazing.
we like.
Cameraman like it. It's good.
I wish you would have put the extended version on there just because of the verse, but like
I agree,
just
but
enjoy the production.
I
and
feel like the beat makes
it's
up
just
for it.
it's so fun.
Like it's
such
so
a
good.
fun
It's so
song.
good. I love it.
Okay, Eric, you're number 3. You laughing it out.
Bro, you have a new nickname for Andre 3000.
3 Stacks.
3 Stacks.
Every
is what
time
it
I
is.
talk to you. It was literally the first time we ever talked about him, Andre 3000, and then Andre 3K. I was like, that's chill.
3 Stacks.
When you said
That's
three
his
stacks,
nickname.
when you
call
said
him. That's
3
what
stacks,
people
it's,
call him.
I was like, who is? And
Andre
then
has so many.
3000.
Yeah. All right,
I
let's
just thought
let's
that was
hear your
funny.
number
Okay.
3, Eric.
Pick up the phone is gonna be my number 3.
Valid, dude. Young
Pick up
Thug
the
once
phone.
again.
Young Thugs,
Once again.
when he says, "Birds in the Trap, sing by McKnight." That is my favorite bar.
It's so good.
I wish Travis Scott would pick
love
Young
that
Thug's
song.
beats for his albums.
Dude,
Because
I agree
whenever
because-
Young Thug is on a Travis Scott beat, he kills it.
Thugger would be a top, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm not kidding. He's so good. I love his
so
voice.
good.
All right, my number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
This is a hot take, but it's my opinion. My number 2 is Sweet Sweet.
I like it.
And
Come on,
the beat
it's a
is
good
like
song.
funky. It is a goofy beat, and I don't know why, but like that song stuck out to me when I was listening to Birds. And I feel like this is subject to change because like I've only
Because you're
spent
new to
like
it.
2 weeks
Yeah.
with Birds.
My problem with Sweet
But-
Sweet is I feel like his singing, when he's singing Sweet Sweet, falls short at some points.
The beat makes
The-
up
the
for it.
beat,
I
yeah.
am obsessed with
And
the
his
beat of
verse
that
is
song.
really good.
Yeah, and even then I love when he says sweet because it's like
Yeah.
weird. And then he's like, so how was it? Like after
Yeah,
it with
yeah,
the
yeah.
echoes, it's sick.
He
All
like
right.
goes from singing to like this. Like,
Yeah, it's dope.
really
I like
All
it.
right, William,
Sorry,
number
I'm
2.
two.
forgetting what I ranked him. Oh,
It's
yeah, I
chill.
have the ends with 3 Stacks.
So
My number
good.
2.
Such a good song.
3 Stacks versus carries.
Do you have another nickname for him?
Andre 3K, 3 Stacks.
Yeah,
Number 1 in Outcast,
3000.
3000. What do you have, Eric? Number 2.
Number
Flute,
2.
dude. I call
I got
Flute
outside.
Flute, dude.
Yeah.
I got outside. I got
Outside
outside.
is so
'Cause
good.
21.
Outside's lit.
Guys, I am a 21 Savage featuring 21 Savage Glazer. I just
I
realized.
love 21.
I have glazed him at least 3
When he
times
gets
in
into
this
his
video.
bag, he does
Dude,
his
like
thing.
when he just comes in, like, oh my, it's so good.
Whoa.
I didn't
What did
finish
you
it.
just say?
I didn't finish it.
Ooh. Okay.
I didn't
All right.
finish it.
Okay.
Should have said
My
all
number
my
1.
fellas. My bad.
I low-key got to crack open Birds real quick just to see the track list to make sure I remember the song names.
Honestly, take me and Tripp's opinion on Birds with
Yeah.
the song because we're pretty new to
But
this
I'm
series,
solidified
so
with this
I'm
number
like-
one. I'm solidified.
Okay.
Do you guys
Okay.
know that was
I
the
either
first
have-
Travis album I started listening to?
It's a good
Remember?
one.
It's lit.
I'm so mad I slept on this. Okay.
It's lit.
I have Outside with 21 or Through the Late Night with Kid Cudi.
Yeah, Through
this
the Late
isn't
Night,
this
though.
isn't Kid Cudi glaze. I love it when Travis comes in and he samples a Kid Cudi song with the song of Kid Cudi and he's like day and night like that just went dummy for
Yeah,
some
the
reason.
Through the Late Night sample of Day and Night is
And
amazing.
Kid Cudi just in the background like humming, dude. And I love the production of it.
Hey Trip,
And-
and what does Kid Cudi's hums make you do?
Make me erect. Make me so erect. I love them. And then Outside, that song makes me feel like I'm underwater. Like if you listen to the first part, you're like, bro, it's kind of bubbly in here.
Yeah.
You're in a bathtub.
bubbly.
It's heat. I love that
It's kinda
song.
bubbly in here. That's
But-
what, it reminds me of like, you know the underwater world in Super Mario Bros?
Dude, that's what I was
Like the
thinking. That's what you
bubbles
said.
sound like
Yeah,
that.
like World 3. You're like,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
yeah, it's fire.
Yeah, World 3.
All right.
But yeah, I like how I have it as a number one, but I still have beef with it. I
still
don't like
beef with it.
It's just the production is too good for me to put it below one.
Yeah.
It's just the 21 vocals I don't like too much because they sound like he is a little bit disabled in it, but still a good
I
song.
like it.
Still
I
my
like
still
it.
like tied
Alright,
for
Will?
one.
For my number one, I was
Oh,
debating.
we're on one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
I was debating between Sweet Sweet and Pick Up the Phone, and I ultimately went with Sweet Sweet. because
Yes!
I love the production.
That makes me so hyped,
Yeah.
bro. Sweet Sweet is so
It just
good.
like
Sweet
it's
Sweet's
just a
gas.
fun song. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like fun to
It's
listen
just you
to.
throw it on, it's like this is fun. It puts you in a good mood. You know?
Yeah,
Like, yeah, Eric.
great song.
I'm gonna go with
your number one.
First Take.
Goosebumps.
First take.
First Take.
I'm pretty sure that's a song on the album.
You don't know it?
I don't know it.
Guys, we're sorry.
I don't like
You
Birds
might
in the
get.
Trap.
No,
You
don't
don't
say that
Okay,
because
I
it's
like
so
it, but
good.
I'm-
First Take. You weren't on time.
First
You
take.
were
That's
late. You don't
legit.
know that
That's
song?
legit. The only song I didn't add to my library because I didn't like it when I was
What?
listening to it.
Well,
I don't
that's
know
good,
why.
Eric. You put me
I'm
on
not-
something. I'll listen to it after.
I'm not gonna rip on this.
I know I
because
listen to it, but it's just.
We don't got the
I
time to
listen
rip right now. I like it. It's a great song. Just
Good.
driving at night, it's a good
Yeah.
song. You just mellow.
'Kay.
out
I
to.
feel like Birds in the Trap is just a fun album.
It's like fun to listen to.
Give me your rating.
All right.
So this one I might be a little bit harsh, but only because it's more like personal beef I have with this album. I'm gonna say 6.5 to a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Just because,
I agree with that.
how could he go? I'm a Glaze Rodeo in a little bit. How can he go from something as good to
Birds
Rodeo?
in the Trap came after Rodeo, and I feel like if
Birds
those two
in
were
the-
switched in his
That would be,
discography,
like,
it would just
perfect
pull out
3-album
perfectly.
run.
Yeah.
But,
Perfect 3-album run.
he didn't. I don't think he missed on the album though.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't
Travis
miss.
Scott
It's
does.
just like-
I do not think he misses
It's
on
hard
projects.
because we're comparing it to Astroworld and Rodeo.
Just died in Fortnite. Yeah, but I'd say that just because it came directly after Rodeo
Yeah.
and the fact Rodeo is like
It's
perfect.
hard.
Yeah, it's a great album though. I love it.
I as well would give it a 7.
Okay,
Yeah.
fire.
All right. I
What do
would
you give it?
like 7.5.
7.5.
Seven.
No, that's
7.5.
okay. That's a
fair,
good take.
fair.
I 7.5 because that was my
You like it,
first.
you know
that was my
all
first
the things.
Travis album I ever listened to.
Nostalgia.
It's just nostalgia, and
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
He definitely
Nostalgia
misses on a lot of the
It's a lot.
songs. It's not a perfect album by any means, but it's a
still
good
so
album.
good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't miss on it.
Before we move on to Rodeo, can we talk about Kendrick on Goosebumps?
Okay, we didn't put Goosebumps in our top, but that fetching Peter Piper pickle.
How does
Pepper
he even
thing-
say that
That's
fast?
so good.
So
I don't
good.
get
All
it.
right.
That verse on
Now
Goosebumps
on-
is peak. Rodeo.
The Rodeo.
Okay.
In my opinion, Travis's best.
Yeah, this is as well my favorite Travis Scott album.
All right.
So-
Trip.
Disclaimer,
Number three.
disclaimer before I start, it is impossible. So I like all of these songs, and I think almost all of them are perfect 10s.
I-
It's just a matter of what I,
do
like to
all
listen
of
to.
them. Yeah.
So just because something's in my top 3 doesn't mean I don't like it. It is. I love all the songs.
Yeah.
So my number 3, I'm gonna have to say this was tied with so many. Fetch, dude. I'm low key gonna say either Impossible or Piss on Your Grave.
Dude, people sleep.
So
on
people
Piss
say,
on Your
they're like, Piss on Your Grave is so repetitive,
With-
bro.
Dude, Kanye,
Kanye
on
is
that
so
one
good.
goes crazy.
Piss in Your
Crazy.
Grave. I piss in your
Like-
piss in your
like,
day,
it's just
bro.
a wild
I use your
so
face as a
good.
It's just a
urinal.
wild
Then
Then
do
do
the
the
same at your funeral. All right, that
so
song, and then
So good.
Impossible. The way Travis comes in on the chorus with like the echoey vocals,
I wish I could
production
do-
so,
so
like,
good.
mesmerizing.
Impossible is amazing.
Yeah,
It's-
that song
it
is so
amazing.
sick.
But yeah, my number 3, I have a 2-way tie. It was between Oh My Diss Side and Okay Alright.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
That song is so good.
Okay Alright, just because of
Okay,
Schoolboy
okay,
Q going,
bro.
okay, okay.
Schoolboy
He just
Q
comes
is
in
so
all
good.
grungy
It's
and
so good. I agree with that.
bro.
Yeah.
So good.
So
Alright.
sick. And Travis, he does his thing, and the beat switch is just, it's beautiful. The beat
All
switch
right,
is beautiful.
all right is underrated.
All Right is
like,
awesome,
I would sleep
dude.
on that
I love
half,
it.
but it's so good.
It's so sick.
All right. My number 3.
Yeah. Yeah, go on your number 3.
Oh, were you gonna say
No,
something?
take it away.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was
I'm
I'm gonna have to go with "Oh My Decide."
Okay.
That song,
song
is
is
so
gas,
good,
dude.
and then the beat switch on that one too.
Yeah.
It's
This side.
good.
Well, the question is, oh my or this
Oh
side.
my!
Oh my or this side. I'm personally a this side.
Yeah, so
I
Decide,
love
because
that.
how
Yeah.
he ends it.
This side, this side, this side, this side.
decide.
It's
How
so
he
good.
ends that music, it's crazy.
Yeah, Quavo.
How he ends it is crazy. I'm gonna have to go with decide.
Okay, it's so good. All right.
Yeah.
Number
Good
2.
boys.
My number
Agreed
2.
on that.
Yeah, actually, give
number
me some
3.
for that one. That one's just respectable.
number 2.
My number 2. This one's gonna be a hot take. I'm going to have "Never Catch Me."
I have not dove deep into that song.
Yeah, I
It's the
haven't
last
really
song
listened to that
on
song a
Rodeo,
lot.
and I feel like that song. This is gonna sound really gay, but that song makes me feel like I'm at a rodeo. It makes me feel like I'm a lone cowboy,
Dude, it's so
like
true.
a bad A lone
Travis
cowboy.
is so
that
good at
production
painting
is
a
so
picture.
good.
Yeah.
and like you just. If you listen to that song, you'll understand what I mean. It legit feels like you're a cowboy, and it's so good. I
It's
just
sick.
love that song.
It's so sick.
So underrated. Okay.
My number 2. I gotta remember what I have. There's so many on Rodeo, it's hard for me to decide. I don't remember what I put.
Decide.
Okay, yeah.
I gotta listen to
obviously.
that one.
I'm gonna call it.
Maria, I'm drunk.
Oh.
Who knew Justin Bieber could rap?
So good.
And
That
Young
is
Thug again.
So good.
That's
Young
a-
Thug,
Thugger,
Travis
Thugger on
Scott.
any
That
song.
would that and "Oh My Decide" was such a
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so
for
hard to make
three,
on my
but
list.
I
Travis
gotta go.
going, whoa.
That at the concert. Can we talk about that song
Yeah,
at the
that at the
concert?
concert?
Holy crap.
By the way,
That was so
we
good.
live in Utah, and he played that in Salt Lake City, and it was amazing.
It was like the last song I thought he would play, but then when I heard the opening, I was like,
yeah.
I was so
All your
hyped.
friends just get drunk.
Bro,
Okay.
so good.
You're number 2.
My number 2, I am gonna have to go with 90210.
What? It's on your number 1?
You guys are gonna be mad at my number 1, to be honest.
My number one's going to piss people off.
It's
dude.
so good, dude. 90210. There's nothing to hate on that song.
Yeah, it's-
Shout out to
it's
Tanner
amazing.
Smith
It is
for
amazing.
listening to that for over 600 times. This
What an
year.
animal, dude. Tanner Smith clutched
He is
with
an
that.
animal. All right.
It's respectable, though. That song is so good. I love it.
And then 9. All right. Trip number 1.
My number 1 is a two-way tie. We got Nightcrawler because
Sway Lee?
I'm obsessed
Oh,
with that
my
song. That song's
gosh.
production is so good.
I love that
And-
song, bro.
Color's great.
Dude, could be a 3. Nah, it's not a 3-way tie. Pornography almost made my top 3 because that song is a great. intro.
I love the narrating. On
It's so
Pornography.
good.
It's so
and then when he
good.
comes back in at the second half, he's like,
I
"Wake
like
up!"
how it's the opening
Time to get
track
the
too.
pay- Yeah.
It totally like puts you in the element for rodeo.
Then my second one that is tied is "Okay, All Right."
Because
School like
School Like You.
dude. His voice fits perfectly. He's like, "Bada bitch, say how."
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
And
fits
then
perfectly on that beat for sure.
the end, Travis's voice at the end with "All Right," dude, it's so good.
It's,
And
it's so good.
Travis,
dude. It's
Travis's
emotional.
voice in "Okay, okay," is, "Let's get this
Yeah.
shit lit, pull right, need my money."
Travis does
Bro,
his thing.
He's
on this
so
album,
good.
dude.
They
He
cook
was
on
in
that
his
song,
bag.
and yeah, perfect
Okay,
songs.
My number 1, 90210. Thank you, Mike Bean. We love you.
That's true. It's a true statement.
I just like the way it builds up.
Good stuff.
And it literally just builds up, and then Travis drops the hardest verse, I think, in his whole
My granny
catalog.
thought she said Travis.
Yeah, yes, dude.
It's so
I'm just
good.
like, wow, and it fits the production, and like, there's this little drum roll. It's like, and I just,
It's
like,
so
every
good.
time I hear it, I'm like, wow, like he cooked on this production. So that's why it's my number 1.
stuff.
We love that song.
My number 1.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I gotta go with Apple Pie, bro. I love that.
That's
Bro,
a
I
number
can't agree
one,
with you.
dude.
When he
I can't
comes
agree
in
with that one.
the piano, boom, boom, boom.
That song just gets
It's good,
repetitive.
it's good, it's
I don't
good, it
like
gets me
it
hyped,
that
but,
much.
like,
I
it's
don't
not a
want
number
your
1.
weapons
It's not better than
coming out.
90210.
Yeah,
You
there's
cannot
no
put it
shot.
above 90210.
I don't
I
like
think it
902. That's just a
I
hot
think
take
it
too.
is.
I like 90210 to an extent, but I think it is so overglazed. It's ridiculous.
I think it's in Travis's top 3. And I'll stand by that.
Mm,
Okay.
Top 5.
My
for
top
sure,
3
but not
Travis
top
is
3.
whack. So
Okay.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
All right,
That was
well,
okay.
what
That's
are we
okay.
what are we rating Rodeo?
Yeah, what do you guys give Rodeo?
What are we rating?
I'm being 100% honest. I'm giving Rodeo a perfect 10.
Yeah,
because
same
dude,
here, 10 out of 10.
no skips. People might be like, "Oh my gosh." Like it pisses me off giving my top 3 because every song could be a top 3 and I could
it's
argue
so
about
hard,
it.
especially with Rodeo. The track list is so stacked.
It's so good. Just a perfect. I love that album so
it's
much.
10 out of 10 for me as well.
It's
What
so
do you give
good.
it, Eric?
Guys, I'm gonna be honest. It's not my favorite
Just
Trav.
be
It's my
honest.
least.
It's okay.
It's my least
It's- yeah,
favorite.
just
It's
be
my
honest.
least favorite Trav album. It's
What
my-
the fetch? You like your birds in the
Least
trap more than
favorite Travis
rodeo?
album?
Yeah.
You like Utopia better?
There's Utopia is not better than rodeo unless we're talking about West Side Gun
Utopia's-
feature.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest. It goes Astroworld, Birds in the Trap. No, wait, no, I lied.
Eric.
Whoa,
Astroworld.
okay.
I
Just
forgot
stop
Utopia
talking.
was it.
Let's-
We're gonna have to
be
cut
honest,
the
I forgot
video
Utopia
pretty
was
soon
the
if he
thing.
keeps going about this. What rated out of 10? Let's give us a number.
Rated out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 7 out of
Oh
10.
my gosh.
Oh my
A
god.
7
That
out of
feels
10.
illegal.
There's too many skips on that album.
Well,
No,
on
there's
that
not.
bad note, we're gonna end the podcast. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.